My vision for Fernwood in the future is an inclusive and diverse culture where we have a lot of food that is grown in our own great neighborhood and a lot of great affordable housing for everyone.
I want to see more. We already have our Compost Education Center, we have the Spring Ridge Commons, we have a number of other organizations such as that. We have many community gardeners who garden on their boulevards, and I'd love to see that taken the next step so that we become better known in our community as the Village of Gardens.
At the present, when I went around to one of the booths, they had what they call a gardening center, which I felt could certainly be extended. I think it certainly could be known that people could do more gardening, which is really useful.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome me on the press release, the news conference, big news coming out of Mr. Lee Heron, Executive Director. Let's hear it. Thank you.
Between 2004, when things were struggling, and now, Fernwood NRG has articulated a few principles, and a day like today actually comes directly out of those principles. So principle number one, we're committed to creating a socially, environmentally, and economically sustainable neighborhood. Those principles mean a lot to us, and that's actually, you'll see that, I hope, through the day. All the little bits and pieces are here so that we can actually talk about things that matter to the future of the neighborhood and, on the path toward becoming a more sustainable neighborhood. We're committed to engaging the dreams, resources, and talents of our neighbors and to fostering new links between them. That's what a day like today is actually about. So bring us your dreams. Today's about dreaming. We'll engage your resources and talents going into the future, because that's the part that comes next. We are committed to taking action in response to neighborhood issues, ideas, and initiatives. Like I said, today's about dreaming. Maybe Monday, maybe not tomorrow, but Monday at least, is when we start doing. But a friend of mine once told me, if it's not fun, it's not much of a revolution. So our last principle is, and most of all, we're committed to having fun. So let's get started.
Get people who are starting up businesses talking to each other. We want to facilitate that. Bulletin boards, advertisements, and one thing that struck me individually as a pretty elegant compromise is creating a parking lot somewhere in Fernwood and then allowing for a bike exchange. The model would be like Kensington Market and you could bike the streets of Fernwood. And the second idea, food. Another thing that I heard that I alighted to was the idea of starting up a communal commercial kitchen. If people are beginning catering companies, they don't necessarily have that gigantic military-grade stove, but if we had this commercial kitchen available, people could rent space there, do their work, and do their catering gigs, sell stuff at the farmer's market, get their name out there.
What else came out of those conversations?
Food security, first and foremost. Community gardens, utilizing the green space in underutilized parks. Building gardens with unused railway ties, whatever. Absolutely, community gardens, community food security. One. That was the number one priority.
Wow. Okay, Bud Lane's food security.
The idea came up around food markets and how the challenge that we're facing here, even in Victoria, it's had decades of problems with establishing a food market. It's like, well, we have the Good Food Box here. What if we were able to establish a large buy collective and enhance that so it's delivered weekly or whatever it may be? So just some ideas coming out there.
Free dogs. And that's just to give us a little bit of an idea about what the impressions of the crowd is.
Yeah, good idea. Anything for, getting together and sharing ideas and food.
That's what I'm talking about. Maybe put another one up on skate park. 'Cause that's just how I feel.
My vision, partly a lot of it comes from a little bit more of a food stability, so seeing more backyard gardens, boulevard gardens. Hopefully we'll start to look into some rooftop gardening. It's always been a big sort of interest of mine.
I'd like to see low-rent housing for the artist bagels, funky, creative, colorful bagels, who help to make the neighborhood what it is, and then have to move out as the prices go up and up and up. That's one of the things I like the best. And an outdoor electric train, big one. That's about it. Burnwood's got almost everything already.
I'm really pleased to be here today. I'm absolutely thrilled. The energy is fantastic. And I'm a long-time Fernwood resident. I've lived here since 1981. And I have seen such change in the last while, but I think for the positive. And I've never ever lived in a community where there's been so much energy as there is in Fernwood. I actually moved down to Fairfield for a year, lasted not quite 12 months and came back to Fernwood.
I really like that we have affordable housing for families. I'd like to see more affordable housing so that the people who have lived here for 10, 15 years are able to continue living here. And I'd really like to see another push for food security. We've had cool programs like Plant an Extra Row, where you plant an extra row of vegetables in your garden and that goes to the food bank. But I'd like to see something that is helping people who live in Fernwood build food security and sustainability. I mean, we already have composting programs and recycling programs, so I'd like to see that kind of tied into a food security program. Great. I love Fernwood. That's it.
That's all.
I just love it here.
hope and wait. I'll hope and wait, I'll hope and wait. Yes, I'll hope and wait. I'll keep my faith. I'll hope and wait, I'll hope and wait. Yes, I'll hope and wait. I'll hope and wait. Hope and wait, just hope